Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's House. I'm the Little Reader, your humble channeler, and you, my sweet friend, are in my house, where it's such a pleasure and an honor to have you. Thank you so much for being here. We're channeling a message from Spirit. I know I always look up there, but the place that it's coming from is right here, center of the chest. It's the heart. It is the portal to love in degrees that I've never been able to perceive before. And my aim is to inspire you to touch your own heart and see what's in there for you. We've got a little buddy, Unakite Crystal. It's going to help anchor in the vibes today as we channel in whatever message would like to come through for you, beautiful soul. So I'm going to get breathing. I'm going to get in the zone. If you want to flutter your eyes closed and breathe with me and ground into your space and just take a hit off that good air, then by all means, you are welcome to do so. Here it is. I'm going to set little Uni down. And let's go. The age-old question. Who am I? A question that my beautiful meditation teacher, David G., used to ask of his students. Not for us to answer about him, to clarify. For us to inquire within. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? And if you're here in the house, you may have a foundation in spirituality, so we can point at all these spiritual archetypes and identify with that which resonates. I'm a healer. I'm a creative. I'm an intuitive, I'm a channeler, I'm a coach, I'm a leader, I'm a teacher. Or it may be something else. I'm a human. Or a Pleiadian. A worker. A student. A manager. We've got all the identities, right? And here in the house, we've even explored the premise of how we identify within the self. Are we the mind? Are we the heart? Are we the form? Another way of saying the body, the formed, that which is solid. But today's Spirit is introducing the question, who am I? With the invitation to allow it to be ever-changing. A dance. There's a big dancing motion to this ocean, to this feeling, to this transmission. It's a fluidity. There are kids in the pool back there. The fluidity of many possibilities. Can you be who the moment asks you to be? And yet in service to the self. For my tarot aficionados, this is a marriage between the emperor and the empress. Structure and stability with nurture and fluidity. balance. And it is the new paradigm. It is the next wave of human consciousness. It's actually a beautiful representation of moving into our heart center as we contemplate the chakra system and how many are above and below that sacred spot. Balance. Being who the moment asks you to be. That means responding to the needs of the environment based on the archetypes within. There's an element of shape-shifting here. And yet, the structure is in not shifting into a shape that is destructive, cruel, or unkind to the self. Maintaining the health, the vitality, the joy, and the balance within this universe, this body, this mind, this heart, is equally important to generously giving to that which the moment requires. And it's this dance that produces this alchemy of magic. An individual who walks through the moments of their life, meeting the moment, assessing the moment, and giving generously to the moment, while preserving their peace, understanding their values, and standing as the greatest advocate for this moment, that which we call ourselves. That individual is experiencing humanity, both internally and externally, in a nourishing, enlivening way, irrespective of the circumstances that fall into their lap. They're that pattern interrupt we mentioned yesterday. Oh, little reader's stomach, hello. They're the pattern interrupt that we mentioned yesterday. They're the alchemist of transmutation. Where there are shadows, they bring compassion and they bring light. And they know when it's time to explore, be intrepid, proceed, project, and when it is time to sit back, receive, surrender, allow. Witness. It's a dance. And Spirit is saying, beautiful soul, that you are your own dance partner. You are both the moment around you and the one being blanketed, surrounded by that moment. Like a fruit, both the seed and the flesh that surrounds it. And in beginning to understand the relationship to the dance, when to lead and when to follow, when to give and when to take, You may find yourself in a club. That's what Spirit says. You may find yourself on the ballroom floor. You may find yourself surrounded by other beings who are doing this same dance. There's a viral audio going around. I believe it's Emma Stone saying something like, "Come on, let's dance." I'm not sure even what film it's from or TV show, but it arises. You may get that invitation from other beings. So in other words, what Spirit's saying is that learning this relationship is an antidote to loneliness. Dancing with yourself, dancing with the moment. Self-discovery, self-respect, and self-love in the context of wherever you find this in time and space. It's much like our transmission about sound and silence. It's the magic. And as you develop that relationship with the moment as if it was a living being, the moment, your partner, you will unify with it and become one. And the profundity of that shift, I'm not certain the little reader has the power to convey. But I do have the power to invite. Invite you, beautiful soul, to begin in simple ways, witnessing your internal world, perhaps in a practice, 20 minutes a day, let's say, first thing in the morning. And then witnessing your external world from a non-judgmental, compassionate witness perspective. And beginning to witness as you develop skill, practice in watching what's here and watching what's here. You start to see the interplay of both of them simultaneously, at once. How do they mirror? How do they reflect one another? How do they differ, if at all? How are they touching? And where is your heart, beautiful soul, in the moments of your life, both profound and mundane, as the mind would judge them to be? Where is your heart? I'm going to move my leg because I can't feel it anymore. Where is my heart? Where is my leg? As you develop the practice of witnessing the internals and externals and dancing with them, something happens to you, beautiful soul. Because you are the awareness, the light that animates the form, not the form itself. You're in possession of it, but it's not the end of you. And so something happens to you as awareness as you begin to infiltrate everything within and without. It becomes easier and easier and easier to feel bliss, to feel peace. And this phenomenal unity occurs. The more you fill this heart center, the more you focus on this, the closer it comes to the surface. As if when you were started, there's 600 feet of concrete between you and the moment. And with practice, that wall dissolves and dissolves and dissolves until your heart is in the lead forefront. It's fully aware of what's best for you. It's fully aware of what's best for your moment. And I simply say what's best to mean what's most loving. And the divide between the two, between the external and the internal, gets so small, so thin, nothing but skin and bone, both of which permeated with love between you. And the connections that you begin to feel with other beings, the richness of simple moments like handing cash over a counter or meeting eyes with somebody on the street. The moments of looking at a bird in nature, or if eyes are not part of the equation, they're not in your possession at this time. Hearing the voices of strangers or loved ones, or the sound of the ocean coming up onto the sand, or feeling your environment, tactile sensations, how alive and much more gentle you touch the world and it touches you. The separation begins to melt away, beautiful soul, until your dancing with this glorious partner is this dancing with a single moment that you cannot separate yourself from. You, the universe, in ecstatic motion. And everything becomes love. And all you can do is hold it in your awareness and love it and enjoy it and cry to it and sing to it and suspend your entire existence in this place of gratitude and awe. It is for you, beautiful soul. If you're watching this transmission, you're further along than you know. You're already doing the dance. You're being the dance. Yeah. Not only are you gonna be okay, you're perfect. So thank you, beautiful soul. Thank you for courageously breathing, balancing, twirling, two-stepping. To witness you is to be humbled. So I thank you. Until we meet again, beautiful soul, I am sending you all of the love I've got. Always more, never less. You are so very worthy of it.